Hi friends, I'm Umashankar Pandey and this is the Dr. USP channel. Imagine you're watching your favorite movie and there is this scene that brings to you a range of emotions. It might make your heart race, it might bring tears to your eyes, or it might even make you laugh. That powerful feeling that you experience is what Indian scholars call rasa. Rasa is basically an emotional essence that makes us resonate deeply with a work of art or any content. It might make us laugh, it might make us cry, or even bring us to the edge of our seats. Let us see Mastering Rasa Theory, the Indian art of emotions. The Rasa theory is attributed to 2nd century sage Bharata Muni in his treatise Nātyaśāstra. A ras is a sentiment or emotion evoked in each member of the audience. There are 9 primary rasas. Let us see the 9 rasas expounded by him. The Śṛngāra ras, which is the emotion of love, attraction and beauty. The Hāsya ras, which is the emotion of humor, mirth and joy. The Raudra ras, which is the emotion of anger, violence and fury. The Karuṇa ras, which is the emotion of sorrow, pity and compassion. The Bībhatsa ras, which is the emotion of disgust, aversion and horror. Bhayanaka ras is the emotion of fear, anxiety and dread. Vīra ras is the emotion of heroism, valor and bravery. Adbhuta ras is the emotion of wonder, amazement and curiosity. And Śānta ras represents peace and contentment. Vibhava, Anubhava, Vyabhichari, Samyogad Rasanispattih is the key tenet from Bharata Muni's Nātyaśāstra. It suggests that the manifestation of rasa occurs through the combination of Vibhava, Anubhava and Vyabhichari Bhava. We'll see all these 3 in the coming slides. Vibhavas are the causes or determinants of an emotional state. They are the factors that evoke the sthāyi bhava, which are the permanent emotion in a character. Vibhavas are divided into 2 categories. The alamban vibhav is the primary stimulus. It's often the person or the object which is the focus of the emotion. For example, the actors. The uddipan vibhav is the enhancing stimulus, which includes the environment, the setting or the circumstances that intensify the emotion. For instance, the setting sun or a garden in bloom might serve as uddipan vibhav in the context of Śṛngāra. Anubhava refers to the physical expressions or reactions that follow the emotional stimuli, which is the vibhav. These are the outward manifestations of an internal emotional state, particularly to the audience in a performance. For example, a smile, a blush. So we first have the vibhav, which through the actors and the settings evoke the primary emotions. And then we have the anubhava, which convey emotions through gestures like trembling, sweating, etc., the external manifestations. The concept of bhava is central to the theory of rasa in Indian aesthetics. Bhavas are the emotional states that, when skillfully represented in art, evoke the corresponding rasa or aesthetic experience in the audience. These bhavas are classified into 3 main categories: the sthāyi bhavas, which are the permanent emotions, the vyabhichari bhavas, which are the transitory emotions, and the sattvic bhavas, which are the involuntary physical reactions. So just to rewind, the vibhavas lay the foundation by creating the conditions necessary for a particular emotion. The anubhavas then express this emotion, making it tangible and observable. Finally, the vyabhichari bhavas add layers of complexity, ensuring that the emotional experience is dynamic and engaging. This triadic relationship is what makes classical Indian drama and art so compelling. The sattvic bhavs refer to the involuntary physical reactions that arise from intense emotional experiences. Bharata lists 8 sattvic bhavs: the stambha, which is paralysis or immobility, the shveda or sweating, romancha or horripilation, swarabhanga, which is the breaking of the voice, vepatu, which is trembling, vaivarnya, which is the change of color, ashru, tears, and pralaya, fainting. The 9 sthāyi bhavas are the fundamental stable emotions or sentiments that form the basis of the rasas that we discussed. Each sthāyi bhava corresponds to a specific ras, and rati, love or delight, corresponds to the Śṛngāra ras. Hāsya, laughter, corresponds to the Hāsya rasa. Shoka or sorrow corresponds to the Karuṇa rasa. Krodha, anger, corresponds to the Raudra rasa. Utsaha, energy or heroism, corresponds to the Vīra rasa. Bhaya corresponds to Bhayanaka rasa. Jugupsa or disgust corresponds to the Vibhvatsa rasa. Vishmaya corresponds to the Adbhuta rasa, and Shama corresponds to the Śānta rasa. The Vyabhichari bhavas are fleeting or transient emotions that arise and subside, complementing the sthāyi bhava. These are the 33 Vyabhichari bhavas: Nirveda, depression; Glani, lassitude; Shanka, apprehension; Asuya, jealousy; Mada, intoxication; Shrama, exhaustion; Alasya, laziness; Dainya, helplessness; Chinta, anxiety; Moha, delusion; Smriti, recollection; Dhairya, steadfastness; Vrida, shame; Chapalata, fickleness; Harsha, joy; Avega, agitation; Jadya, indifference; Vishmaya, astonishment; Autsukya, eagerness; Nidra, sleep; Apasmara, loss of memory; Shupta, dreaming; Vibodha, awakening; Amarshat, indignation; Avahita, dissimulation; Ugrata, ferocity; Mati, conviction; Vyadhi, illness; Unmad, insanity; Mrityu, death; Trasha, fright; Vitarka, deliberation; Vrida, embarrassment. Rasanispattih refers to the realization or manifestation of rasa, the aesthetic experience or flavor that the audience perceives and savors. Rasa is not just a simple emotion, but a refined universal experience that emerges when the emotional elements Vibhava, Anubhava, and Vyabhichari bhava are harmoniously blended in a performance or artistic work. The artistic representation begins by establishing the Vibhava. The Vibhavas set the stage for the emotional experience. As the emotion is elicited, it is then outwardly expressed through the characters, actions, gestures, and speech. These are the Anubhavas. Throughout the performance, various Vyabhichari bhavas come into play, adding layers and fluctuations to the primary emotion. A Sahrydaya is the ideal connoisseur or a sensitive member of the audience who can fully experience and savor the rasa of a work of art. Sahrydaya provides the concept of the active audience. A Sahrydaya is the sensitive audience member who can fully experience and savor the rasa of a work of art. This individual has the ability to connect with the emotions, moods, and aesthetic sense presented by the artist. The Sahridaya's refined taste and emotional sensitivity enable them to transcend their personal experiences and immerse themselves in the universal emotions depicted in the artistic work. Sadharinikarana is the crucial stage where the individual emotions and experiences are stripped of their specific personal elements and are generalized or universalized. Through this process, the emotions lose their particularity and become universal emotions. Kashmiri philosopher Bhattanayak argued that the mind of the audience undergoes a process of abstraction where the specific circumstances of the characters are generalized. The emotions depicted are no longer seen as belonging to the characters alone, but are recognized as representing a universal human experience. This allows the audience to experience these emotions in a purified, detached manner, which is essential for the realization of rasa. Bharata Muni is the foundational figure in Indian aesthetics. He is known for his seminal work, the Nātyaśāstra. Bhatta Lolata is from the 8th or 9th century, was one of the earliest commentators on Bharat's Rasa theory. He proposed the theory of Anumiti Vada, or the theory of inference. Śṛngāra, another prominent Kashmiri philosopher from the 9th century, argued that rasa arises when the audience identifies with the characters and the emotions they display. Bhayanaka of the 10th century introduced a significant concept of Sadharinikarana, universalization or generalization to rasa theory. He critiqued earlier theories. Abhinavagupta is perhaps the most influential figure in the history of rasa theory after Bharat. His commentary on the Nātyaśāstra, known as the Abhinava Bharati, proposed that rasa is experienced through chamatkar. Thanks for staying along, friends. As always, it was a delight having you here. I'll be back with another video very soon. Till then, have a great time.